So today I thought I could go out and record some sound effects inside the one of the learning centers on my college campus. And I was able to record 10 of those sound effects in the same location. Uh, in the same location. So in this short video, well, I'm not sure how long it's gonna be, but well, in this video, I'm gonna explain how I'm able to organize my media or sound effects in this case, so that way I'm able to basically organize it and know what I'm looking for, so that way I can basically locate any sound effect that I want when I need for production. And I'm also going to go over the sound effects that I've recorded, and I'm also going to tell you how I named them, what I do to name them. So anyway, first off, I'm going to explain how I was able to organize these sound effects. I don't really have a working project right now, but if I did, normally I would put them in a folder called sound effects. Right now it says sound effects library. However, I'm working on a big project that requires lots of sound effects. Most of them are going to be found in a folder labeled sound effects, which is pretty convenient for me, as I know, since it's labeled that, I know that well, yeah, I can find the sounds that I need right in there. And inside, I basically have every single sound effect that I use. It's not like a piece of music or anything. Anything that anything that produces any sound effect, it's basically in this folder right here. So yeah, now that I've explained that, I'm going to explain what I've recorded and how I named these appropriately. So anyway, this is the first sound. Here's one of the first sound effect that I recorded. So basically, what's going on here is that we're in an elevator. Uh, we're inside an elevator and a button is pressed. So this is what it sounds like. I'm not sure. It's not going to be good quality when you pick it up from my microphone, but you can get higher quality audio from an archive, which I will provide. So this is what the sound effect should sound like from my point of view. And if you were to pick that up, you would hear that a button is being pressed. So the way I label this sound effect is, first at the front here I put the location of where it is recorded. So in this case it's located at Baker Center, and then I put elevator as it's been recorded somewhere near. Well, an elevator was nearby when I recorded this, and actually it was inside the elevator, which is where I put next. So it's elevator inside, and since a button is being pressed in that sound effect, I put button press. So once again, I put the location, the item, where it is, and where am I inside that item, and what's going on here. So it's Baker Center, elevator, inside, button press. So that's one of the sound effects here. And here's the next sound effect. So this happens in an elevator. However, it's happening from the inside, and this is the sound that you would hear when you arrive at your requested floor. So if you were to pick that up, you would hear a little ding, ding, beep, or, well, in this case, beep. And it kind of sounds like a beep. But if you were to pick that up, you would tell that that the elevator has arrived on the floor. And how I label this is, once again, since I've recorded the same all the sounds in the same location, they all start with Baker Center. Then I put elevator, ding, because there are a bunch of ding sound effects that could occur on an elevator. So I go for this one. This is one of the types. Basically, these things are like sections, pretty much. So it's sort of like a folders that you have on your desktop. And the Baker Center is the main folder. Inside of that we have elevator ding, and inside of that we have arrival, and this would be the main file inside. So anyway, we have elevator ding, arrival, since we arrived at the floor, and this happens while we're inside the elevator. So yep. And then the next sound effect, it's almost exactly the same as I showed you before. However, it occurs on the outside of the elevator. Because of this, I label everything almost exactly the same, with the exception at the end where it says outside. So not really much to say there. All I did was just change one word at the end. So yep. And the next one we have, let me just get this out of the way first because I'm getting tired of that thing popping up for no reason. Anyway, the next one is this time we have the elevator doors close. We have the elevator doors closing, and this occurs when we're inside the elevator. So, yep, and you can basically tell as the doors get closer and closer together, the ambience of the outside world gets quieter and quieter until the door shut completely. And how I label this is in the middle right here, we have elevator doors closing, since it's a closing door sound effect. And since it's happening inside the elevator, I put inside at the end. So nothing really much there to say. And um, and then this one is almost exactly the same thing, however it occurs outside the elevator. Yeah, it's not really as audible as it is from the inside. However, if you do listen very closely, you probably could hear the doors closing. And once again, it's exactly the same thing. It's just labeled differently here at the end. So, yep. The next one, this time we have the doors opening. So this is what it sounds like inside the elevator. And if you were to pick that up, you would hear that the ambience basically gets quieter, and as the doors get wider, it gets louder and louder and louder. And yep, and we're pretty much just going for the exact same thing as we did with the closing doors. However, we added, with the exception of opening, and since it happened inside the elevator, we put inside. So yep, done with that. And then over here we have the doors opening on the outside. So you might have heard that, you might not. I'm not really sure, but the doors did open in that sound effect. I listened very carefully, and anyway, I it's pretty much the same thing. However, we have outside label at the end, so not much I can pretty much point out here. And so so after this, went away from the elevator, and I decided to record some sounds near the escalator. So what I've recorded here is the sound of an escalator running. And so that's pretty much straightforward. And how I label this is I label it Baker Center, and I just label it escalator running, as I don't have any other sound effects related to an escalator. This is pretty much the shortest name title that I came up with. So we have Baker Center, escalator running, and that's that. Next one. After I recorded sounds from the escalator, I went over to my college's vending machines, and basically how those vending machines work is as long as you have a card and is able to detect it, you get your snack or drink. And so basically what happened right here is I'm taking my card and I'm basically letting the vending machine, to try to detect my card. And this is what it should sound like when I put my card in front of the machine. You heard that little beep there? That is the sound that the vending machine has detected my card. So I label it Baker Center, and in the middle right here, I put vending machine because I have another sound effect that deals with a vending machine. So I put vending machine in the middle, and I put card detected as my card. I did have the machine detect my card myself. So yeah, that's it right there. And the last sound effect right here is at the vending machine. However, in the end, I did get my snack slash drink in there. Hey, I got an email. Anyway, we have vending machine. I got my snack slash drink, and this is what it should sound like. Nothing much to say there. It's just basically that. And so I basically label almost the same thing. However, at the end, I put snack slash drink vending. So that's basically the sound effect of the drink or snack vending. And since it's under vending machine, everything's pretty much the same as the last sound effect. Okay? So those are pretty much those are pretty much all the sound effects that I have recorded while I was out and about, and this is my method of organizing them. I think it's pretty common to most editors that they organize like this, so I actually kind of like this method of how I organize my stuff. So maybe this video was informative to you. Maybe it will help you. Maybe it will inspire you to, organize things properly in your film production or whatever. But whatever. I just made this to show what I have done um, today and how I what I've recorded and how I named them and how I organize them. So yeah, nothing much to say here. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much ends this video, and I hope to see you guys next time. Later.